I've had the opportunity to participate in the last 5 Pransky and Associate professional trainings. And what I walked away with are 3 things. The first one being that I deepened my own understanding of the 3 principles and the role and how they play in my life and how they play in my professional life. The second thing I gained was that I had the opportunity to watch live sessions with George, Linda, and Barb on topics that I would say would have been challenging for me to work with on my own. So it really advanced my understanding. It advanced my ability to work with clients. And the third thing was that what I gained was that there was never a redundancy in the trainings. Each training was fresh, each training was new, and each training offered me something that I hadn't seen before. So I highly recommend it.
This is David here, David Key, and yeah, I've been asked to share my experience with the Pranskys and their pro training, which I attended for the first time in 2015. I came from the world of NLP and hypnosis and coaching, and I experienced something in my personal life that sort of caught me off guard and knocked me off balance in my personal relationship. And I have to say that, wow, getting on a plane and traveling from the UK all the way over to Lacona was something that I had to do, because you see, my wife had seen Dr. Pransky talking about principles in a program that she found, or we found online, and she watched that program and had an absolutely magical transformation. And I was sitting next to her and I was really irritated by that because I was really annoyed about what was happening in our personal relationship. Then my wife was sitting there in bliss and finally realized where her experience of life was coming from. And I was sitting there scratching my head, having come from the world of personal development, thinking that I knew everything about human beings and how they worked. And yet here I was struggling with my experience of life because I really didn't have a clue. And then I came to Lacona and I got to experience a conversation with George Pransky that changed everything for me in that moment. I had a little glimpse of where my experience was coming from, but it wasn't till I sat next to him, and I have no idea what happened apart from the remnants of the conversation, but I was sitting there in a flood of tears streaming down my face, but I felt absolutely amazing. And I wanted to know more. Now, here's the thing. If you sign up, you might want to come back again and again and again, because that's what I'm doing. I'm actually coming to the next one again. I've booked my flights already. And I highly recommend, if you're a people helper, a seeker, someone looking to find a better experience of, not even so much a better experience, but to have a man and a woman, Linda Pransky and George Pransky and Barb Patterson, guide you to find a deeper sense of the principles in this experience that you'll have. And you take that back into your world and you'll impact the people that you come into contact with, and it just keeps getting better and better and better. So, I mean, I'm waffling on now. It feels like I am, but I just wanted to say you've got to take this opportunity. You'd be crazy if you didn't.
Hi, this is Deborah Baron, and I wanted to give a testimonial from about my experiences attending past Pransky retreats. So I've actually only ever attended one, and it was in September. And honestly, I hope that I never miss another one again. It was just something so impactful about being there and being with George and Linda and their presence, which touched me so deeply that I just want more of it. And also being in the room with so many people, and the energy and the connection was, it was so cool, and it was so deeply touching in terms of anything that had been on my mind and my ability to just let concerns fall away. And I really noticed a difference in myself when I came back, which was just so wonderful and so amazing. So really excited to be there with everybody in February. And I hope that anybody who's on the fence about attending can really know that there's almost no other place that they could be, or group that they could be with, that could have such a deep impact. So I look forward to seeing y'all then. Thanks, and take care.
Hi, my name's Denise Holland, and I am privileged and grateful to be a mentee of the Pranskys. And I love the February Pro training. And I think the reasons I really love it is because it gives us a chance to all get together from around the world, people really interested in understanding a little bit more about how this human experience is working. And we have such fun. And I love that George, Linda and Barb create a wonderful environment where it's safe and it's really lovely to just explore what's on your mind. It's really free and it's really freeing. And it's made an incredible difference to my life. So I would highly recommend it. It is for sure the highlight of my year, and I wouldn't miss it for the world. Hope to see you there. Thanks.
Hi, I'd love to tell you about the professional training retreat with George, Linda, and Barb in February. I've attended 4 times, and I can't tell you enough how amazing my experience has been. I've actually signed up each time just wanting to better my skills as a coach, and it's been incredible in that. But even more importantly, I've found that I just have a deeper experience of the 3 principles every time I go. The simplicity of what Sydney Banks was saying. And it's always been an experiential experience where I just come away feeling a deeper sense of peace, joy. My relationship with my husband continues to improve. And I just continue to have a more incredible experience of life each time I go. And for that, like, I can't recommend enough how amazing it is. If you're a coach, it's incredibly helpful seeing how they work with clients up on stage. That has been a really valuable piece for me to just give me a different perspective on it and really see the brilliance of how the 3 of them work with clients. I've attended 3 times in person and 1 time virtually. And I, of course, prefer the in-person sessions just because you get an incredible chance to meet people on lunch and dinner breaks. And I've made a lot of amazing connections with people through attending. But if you can't attend, I have also done the virtual. And I was really surprised by how much I got out of the virtual experience. They break you up into groups where you can ask questions as well. And again, the learning has just been so rich with the training. I hope you can attend, and I look forward to hopefully seeing you there.
For good measure. Hello, my name is Peter Wilson, and I'm a Chief People Officer at a company in London, the UK. And I'm a former mentee of George and Linda. And I want to talk about ProTrain, and in particular the ProTrain coming up in February, and why you should go. I've been to a number of ProTrains, and I wanted to draw upon my own personal experience as part of this testimonial. In thinking of this video, I came up with 3 things that I've personally gained from going to the ProTrain. The first is the number of insights that I've had that have deepened my learning and my understanding, not only about myself and my work, but also about a deep-seated knowledge of the intelligence behind life. But it's the second and the third that are more important still. Not just the insights that come, but the second is the fact that insights are part of the design of our nature. Insights are designed to come as part of the intelligence behind life. And knowing that has changed my life, because it takes me out of my analytical mind, which was my go-to tool, and allows me to free my mind and let insights come to me. And I can't say how much that has opened up my profession to allow me to be more present and more available for the people that I work with. And the third is the knowledge that that is available for all. So when I'm working with clients, I know that the intelligence behind life is not just for me, but for all that I work with. And that insights and a deep knowledge of how our thinking works really opens up the possibility for people to draw upon a deeper sense of who they really are. So those are the three things that have really helped me in my work. George and Linda have got 40 years of experience behind them. And they know how to bring the three principles alive and make it relevant to you. And Barb has that ability and skill as well. So if you're going to Lacona in February, I hope to see you there. Thank you.
Hi, so the next Pro Train in February is actually going to be my 7th. I went back to count how many of these I've attended over the years, and this will be my 7th one. And it literally is the first thing that goes into my calendar. I know second weekend of February is Lacona, and it's spending time with George and Linda and with Bob Patterson. And the reason that I'm always so excited to go and I make it a priority is that I always learn something fresh and new and relevant to me in my work and my own idea of being who I am. And what I always leave with, as well as the amazing connections of new people that are coming along for the first time, or people I've seen several times before, as well as those amazing connections, is how much simpler my work as a practitioner is and as a coach, and also how life looks far more simple when I leave. So I'd recommend anyone on the fence, whether they're thinking of coming along or not, I'd heartily recommend it. The one thing to say though, no one ever comes just once. And that, I think, is the biggest testament of all, is that people get so much from it, and it's truly enriching. I hope to see you there.